3, 2, 1. Action.
Wagwan fam. Welcome back to the Real 20-somethings podcast. This is episode 14. Episode 14, watu wangu. Yes, and we are back with a banger. We are back with these two faces here that are now familiar.
Hello, good people.
Hello, good people. Bona asifiwe. God is good.
They know you.
Na hilo hii marefu yangu ya pili ama ya tatu?
Ya tatu bingo on set sasa ya tatu.
Yeah. Ya tatu. Huo USAID nyingine. Leo story ni mingi.
Kabisa.
Story mingi. Unago confused bwana.
Huyu jamaa.
Hello guys, today I have a different name. For this episode I'll be called Cappuccino Assassino. Yes, that's how we are doing it today.
Carolina Cappuccino.
Yeah, Cappuccino Assassino. That's how we're doing it. And also I want to thank you guys for the much love that we received in episode 13. Yeah, and for those of you who not watched it, click on the link below and it will take you right to that episode. Yes. Cappuccino Assassino.
Yeah. And last but not least, the only lady in the house.
Hi guys. Still bringing it. I know you all know me by now. And tabia social zangu madam ni stock. Okay, hope you come and stock because tafanya najua mnafanya. So technically siku stock.
Easy, before that tuanze, I have something small to show you guys. So nataka niwaonyeshe. Then nione kutaenda aje after mmeona hii kitu, si ndio?
Yes.
Sawa. So acha nianze ile pande nyingine.
Okay.
Lakini usireact kwanza. Kabla ifike huko, si ndio? Kabla ifike huko. Yeah.
Let me see. It's nice. It's nice.
But wameanza kuoverdo.
Man, they overdo it. It's everywhere, man.
I love mnyoro. Sasa hiyo ni yes.
Niko nyuna ujui.
But what? But it's nice. We should have this posters everywhere.
Hii kitu sasa imelose bado.
Kuna jamaa niliona akisema ati italala kwa nyumba ya mtu leo.
Ni kweli. Sasa hiyo ni kitu ya mtu. Sasa wanaanza kuoverdo.
Wanaoverdo kila mahali.
Kitu imeanza ku.
Haibambi.
Over to you.
Oh yeah, actually there's another one like that in Judah. Jekot wanajua like imeandikwa kwa Jose. Yeah, I love kwa Jose. So the people over at Judah know what kwa Jose is. Ni inafanyikanga huko watatuambia kwa comments. Yeah, but hii mambo wana overdo. Ilianza na I love na manga, I love Diani.
Bali inafaa ku
Sasa kidogo tutaunda yetu ya I love the real 20-something.
alafu tuweke hapo
Tuweke tu hapa kadogo kwanza. Mimi cha duka dogo hapa.
Yeah, it's peer pressure. But anyway, now to get things started off running quickly.
Yeah.
Very
excited, man.
I want the fire to light with you and walk the rest of me because
I'm a very baridi.
tulikuwa kwa fridge June, sasa tuko kwa freezer.
Tutakufa.
Umeanza kuchange.
Watu singo wanaumia.
Climate change. Unajua watu walikuwa wanasema ni wrong, lakini naona baridi July imeanza kurudi bado.
Kwani ilikuwa imeenda?
The last few years huko na baridi ya July. Haiko kali ka hii sasa hii. Ya hii mwaka.
Anasema ni climate change. Actually nimeona ule jamaa mkubwa anasema ati
jamaa mkubwa.
Mkubwa kweli.
Yupi huyo?
Asongo.
What
Alikuwa anasema leo na hii story ya climate change ati ni rain. So ndio nilikuwa nafikiria. Yes, to some degree.
Also, do you think it's a conspiracy theory?
No, see conspiracy, but to some degree na mwana real. Okay, like when tunasemanga kama seasons when zina happen ni real, but sasa kuna watu wana overhype. Unaona kama hizi stories zinaanza juzi za carbon credits. Hizo vitu ziniupuzi. Hata wewe unajua tu ni upuzi. Hizi vitu like unapatanga ni kitu ni kitu imekuwa ikiexist. Like ni seasons zimekuwa zikichange. So time ina change kidogo. Unakuwa na huko kwangi na forces hizo seasons sio. Ni kama tu jua then baridi kidogo then mvua. But at some point kama last year hakujakuwa na hii baridi mingi. So watu walikuwa na okay ni climate change. But sasa kuna watu wanao wanaipingi kitu tunapata majuu ni kama tunakufa kama kuna Greta.
You don't think that Greta Thunberg
the world will end by 2020. So tunaona sasa watu wana overhype hiyo story.
Also, you don't want people to talk about climate change.
No, but
you want them to know, but to shut up about it.
No, like unaona tukiongelea climate change usiongee in a way that ni kama ni kitu yenye haijai happen.
I feel like unaona sisi kama African countries hata tunafaa kuacha ku prioritize maneno ya climate change. Like kwanza let's first focus on developing. We have much more serious issues like climate change that sisi like we don't contribute. Wait a minute fell.
But wait a minute. I am pro-green. They are anti-green.
I'm also pro-green. You know why I'm saying that? Because asa ukiangalia output yenye sisi tunatoa ati ya kupollute atmosphere ni kidogo sana ukicompare na yenye hizo developed countries zinatoa.
Na ndio watu wenye wana champion for climate change like mtu anaenda private jet tena anakuambia ati wakaa ndio ina produce more carbon kuliko ile ndege anatumia. Sasa unaona like it makes sense.
Doesn't make sense.
Ni real but sasa when una hype kuna unajua kuna watu wanataka pesa yake
kweli kuna watu wanakula hiyo pesa.
Honestly, climate change is affecting everybody. You may not be seeing or feeling it right now, but as someone who has grown up with snow in Mount Kenya and then all of a sudden in high school no snow in Mount Kenya, it's actually affecting us.
No, unajua point yangu. Climate change
and we should talk about it.
But when watu wanaiongelea nowadays, imekuwa ni kama activism.
Yes.
Kuna so many pressing issues. Wao unaanza kukuambia ati kitu yenye iko na shida kwetu ni climate.
Sasa nikuulize swali feli. Mtu ako pale hana chakula, hana maji.
Unaanza kumleta climate change. No, my point is, you're saying that people are being activists. But first of all, people tend to talk about climate change long before. Me, I've been an activist all my life. Nilianza elephants. There was poaching. Stop poaching our elephants. We move from there, we come to women education, women empowerment. We move from there, we come to stop into Megalana women. Then you move from like we've been to activism. Then kidogo unakuta unajipata umeingia in your 20s. Sasa hapa hata si activism, hapa ni
freedom fighter.
So activism has always been there. And everybody is an activist of something somehow. There are those people who now, for them, they are fighting for other letters. They are fighting for the other letters. There are those people who they are fighting for women rights on very large scales, you know. Like it's everyone's always an activist. I didn't call them boy child activism.
Bibi ya Gashago.
Theory yake inakwanga asi because wasichana wamefocusia sana sasa tutafika tuwe smart kusema bwana because you guys can't level up to us.
That's true.
But like, is it though? Okay, but like
kuna kitu maybe kutakuwa na over empowerment
employment
but we're still not where we are to be.
Naongelea mambo ya tuseme kama ni engineering. Unasikia ni kama ni employment. Wanasema wanataka gender equality. Sasa hiyo dem ni moja tu class yetu. Gender equity. Wanataka gender equity. Balance. Sasa dem ni moja na nyinyi mko kama 20. So haiwezi kuwa. Na sasa wakiweka hiyo priority ya ndio tunataka kubalance. So tunachukua dem kwanza au maboys kwanza wakaekana. I make sense. I make sense at all. I make sense. Like unajua watu kwa selecting kwa kitu yenye na kubenefit. But ikikao kwa but the equality in itself.
What are you using like the wrong term? It's gender equity. You know, equality we will never be equal biologically. Gender equity. Yes, get that right.
Gender equity.
It's gender equity, not equality.
Gender equity na ni ngumu sana.
It's not.
Kama tu DI.
It's not.
Kama tu hizo
Although,
it's very hard. Unless you sacrifice company. It's very hard. Ama una supporting DI.
Diversity
and most of the time yes ni kitu nzuri like ni kitu nzuri ya to bring people from different backgrounds but most of the time kama tunaangalia meritocracy like
ina propagate incompetence
meritocracy
nataka kumprove watu inakuwa ni ngumu sana ni kitu nzuri by the way kuinvolve kila mtu but sasa not at the expense of kama ni kampani yako ama kitu inafanya unafaa kupush hizi vitu in a way that ina benefit kila mtu positively but positively inamaanisha kila mtu work hard akuwe you part of the merit idea
bana
so you don't want
mimi ni freedom fighter wakisema
but everyone is an activist for something. Everyone fights for something. Everyone believes in something. You believe in something. You believe in something. You believe in something. We all believe in something. Sorry, that was like an everything. But this one was supposed to last about you see things that you're talking.
Bwana, hatutaki kuleta mambo yake hapa. Unajua nini nimemnyamazisha hivyo?
Sitaki kuongea. I'm just like silent absorbing the wealth of information that you gave up. Yes. I also have like my opinion on what you're talking about. First of all, if I am to revisit what you are talking about on climate change. Climate change is like a real thing, and the reason why there's so much effort into like mitigating and avoiding climate change right now
because of the effect it will have.
Because of the effect it will have.
Islands are being submerged by water.
If like you are keen and you monitor whatever is going on, you see like there is a lot of effort. There's a lot of effort in trying to like make the world first of all go green. Yes. There's billions of shillings every year that is usually set aside to like try to get the world to go green, to reduce our dependency on fossil fuels, for example. Exactly. If you are keen, you'll notice that e-mobility side. Carbon emissions, electric bikes, electric vehicles. Like,
and it's because the effects will be there.
It's not like climate change. Like,
climate change is bad or anything like that. It's very important.
It's important.
But what we are saying is that we have misplaced priorities as a country. Misplaced priorities as developing nations.
Let me ask you a question.
Ask your question.
If today, like the global temperatures of the world, they may increase to a point of you cannot even like grow crops, you cannot even like walk outside without carrying an umbrella. Heat waves. What world are we going to live in?
Do you remember something nili mention before hata uanze kuongea? Nilisema sisi output yenye tunatoa ya kupollute sijui the environment ni kidogo sana ukicompare na what these developed countries are producing.
Is it so? No. Look at the way we throw away our trash. look at the throw away trash. Let me tell you, when we were no. Get me right. I just want to show you we've been degrading. We used to have a lot of like trees. We used to have a lot of flowers. We used to be very green, especially like from where I'm from. We used to be very rich in terms of greenness, nature. Even like no matter Mount Kenya will go and snow me grow. Then all of a sudden na mimi ndongelea place naishi kwanza. Kuna mtu alikuja akakata mamiti ndio amekema alizikata zote akaangusha hapo kihoteli. Thank you for employment, shout out to you. But like alizikata and I bet you hakuzi replace. Like even it's happening so quick and then like what happens after that? We start now to reduce all the things on the Remagai fought for. Now our airs are stuffy, our stringinis are what and what not. We don't have birds you rarely see them. Those two
umenikumbusha something about whatever she's saying. Unajua sasa anasema ati now there's no snow on Mount Kenya. Na unasema ati sisi we contribute just so little.
How does that happen?
But you also don't realize that in Africa, most of the sectors zenye zinaleta revenue, GDP kwa serikali, actually the tourism. Yes.
Actually, our stable countries, the stable Seychelles and Mauritius, they're not like very big on tourism. No matter ziko stable. No, exactly. Last week.
After Kenya, after agriculture, tourism is like the biggest second contributor of revenue to the government.
People used to hike Mount Kenya for the snow.
People go to Mount Kenya to see the snow. What do we get? We get foreign exchange. We get the dollars. What do we do with these dollars?
You cannot belittle climate change. You can never.
But they come unafuatanga watu.
It is big.
Kama unafuatanga watu wana fight for climate change. Like
everybody should.
No.
We should like you should do. Do you litter?
Unataka kunipiga.
Mwacha ongee. Si amewacha muongee, mwacha ongee. Let him speak.
Unaona venye nasema nini? Unaona venye kuna watu like their goal ama their purpose wamesema tu ni kufight for climate change. Like
they are passionate about it.
Because climate change is real and its consequences.
Relax. Nikwambie. Like unaona kama venye nilikuwa nasema mtu kama Greta. But sasa unapatanga most of the time venye wanaipush si venye ina happen. Like mtu anasema by
ina happen aje kwanza.
Relax.
Wacha amalize kwanza.
Tunataka tupate the
numbers and details.
You guys are confusing him.
No, just facts. What
Interrupt the process. Wacha niongee.
Facts.
Maliza.
Unaona kama kama 60 ama 70. Kuna juni kama ilikuwa wave like inakaa watu wanasema by 1990s temperatures zitakuwa increase by 5 degrees ama 10. Unaona kama hiyo ya kusema by 2020 hizo glaciers zitakuwa zime melt zote. So like unapata ile kitu yenye kama venye tunaishi sasa hivi hakuna kitu kitakuwa happen kama hiyo. Like utakuwa global temperatures zitakuwa so high hatuwezi survive. Like kuna watu wanafighting hivyo na ni wengi wanafight hivyo wakisema climate change in the next 10 years tunaweza go extinct, of which ni wongo.
I feel like unaona hiyo sasa ni first of all like when it comes to dealing with like sensitive topics kama hizi, first of all we need to eliminate like the hype, the propaganda. We just come with factual evidence.
Unaona hiyo kusema
come with real information. Tunaweza kuitaka.
Kuna watu wanasema like unaona hii ilikuwa ya kupush kama plant more trees. Like hiyo kitu ina make sense. Lakini badala ya mtu kukuja kukuambia like mpande miti mingi, wanakujanga na hiyo idea ya like kwanza tunapeana tu billions of money.
Actually.
Then tufanye kitu yenye unasikia wanataka kutap carbon. So unapata badala ya kufanya the simple things zenye zitarudisha hiyo climate venye ilikuwa. Wana overcomplicate hii kitu, unapata yenyewe ni kama like unaenda hell bana. Ni kitu yenye ifai ku happen hivyo. Climate change ni real, but when you wana overhype, haikuangi hivyo. Haiwezi.
What is your take on climate change?
Mimi na believing climate change ni real. Like hiyo ku change seasons. Mimi venye umesema tu like to grow kama July inakuanga tu ni baridi. But at some point imekuja ikaanza ku change ikakuwa ni hapa June ndo hiyo baridi inaanza. Then July ina change, August ina change pia. October like unapata hadi seasons za mvua huwezi predict kama kitambo like huwezi predict. So hiyo
ni first hand consequences.
Kila mtu anaona like anaona ni kitu real. But sasa kuna mtu anakuambia unaona venye hizo seasons zimeanza kuchange.
And our beaches are also declining.
In the next 10 years we'll go extinct. Hiyo ni nini? I make sense.
I didn't know.
Not like that. So, you know, because of the way waters are melting and water levels in a rise. So, a lot of islands zinaenda zikireduce in size. Then it's kama na maji. Acha nikupe facts sasa hivi. Nipe dakika. I remember listening to a whole documentary about climate change and the islands that are continuing to be lost and the way beach lines zinakuja zikirecede juu ya maji inaendelea ikipanda juu ice inaendelea ikimelt na huko hapa unatuambia we are overhyping climate change. In fact we should never talk about it. You just stop. Do you need kabla kumtetea I have a question for
anakataa hivi.
Hakuna mtu amekataa
kama ni priority.
Do you talk about it?
Yes, we should talk about it.
We
should talk about it.
Do you talk about climate change?
Sometimes.
But in what front?
It depends. Me most of the time unless tunaongelea vitu zina kama hizi carbon credits. Vitu kama hizo. Hapo ndo unapata tunaongelea tu climate change.
Okay, what act do you do? What habit do you have that you're sure is helping us combat climate change? Let me see how green you are.
Hakuna kitu nafanya.
Do you litter? You don't throw trash kwa barabara.
Anajaribu kushika huyu. Anajaribu kucheza.
Kama waste management na kufanya vitu kama hizo. It's a personal responsibility.
Yes, it is.
So ndo mimi nasemanga siwezi enda Nairobi hata ukilipata tu nakula hata kitu kama tropical. Na kwa tu na hizo makaratasi. Like najua hiyo ni responsibility yako. So ni kama tu kubaki kama Nairobi is that ama nini. But jere unapata ni citizens too. Like when you are responsible unaletanga tu hapo mabins but hakuna kitu wanafanya.
Ni beans ama ni it's the road tabia uko kwa matatu. Niko kwa hiyo highway yenye tunajengewa ya Nyeri. Mimi nimeenda kuvuka barabara hapo kwetu. Mtu anaamua wacha nirusha chupa ya afya.
Like ni responsibility ya watu.
In fact, how infuriating it is. To me personally at least.
Kwa nini story kama hizi za USAID? Like unaona kama zinaendana na politics. USAID wakakuja wakatoa.
By the way,
like hiyo kutoa USAID. Mbona like kama ilikuwa inasaidianga, juu unapata to some degree unaweza pata kama kuna some funding imekuwa like imewekwa kwa hiyo. Okay, sijui kama kuna funding ya climate change. Najuanga inakuwa funded na billionaires. But hao ni watu independent billionaires ndio wana fund. But sasa kama hiyo USAID unapatanga kuna so many issues zimewekwa hapo ndani lakini tu ni vitu za kukula, ni watu wanakulia hapo ndani. So ndo maana watu kama Elon Musk wakikuja na waanze kusema hii kitu make sense,
ati ni vitu za kukulia.
Like corruption. Ni corruption. Okay. Like watu wanasema wanakuja watu wanapiga picha hapa wanasema this man is suffering. Wanasema tu Gustavo hata wameona like akulangi, alafu wanaenda wanaweka huko kwa documentary, alafu wanaenda kwa USAID nasema huyu jamaa anateseka, tuleteni tu pesa. Then wanaenda hiyo pesa ni ya corruption. Hakuna haiwasaidii.
I think it's a blessing in disguise for Africa.
USAID being remote.
Yeah.
Really? What's your hot seat or hot take? We are missing a hot take.
It's a blessing in disguise because USAID was helping us more than it was helping them. Now ndo analeta hiyo pesa. Ideally inafai tusaidia, yes. Ideally inafai tusaidia, but
fraction of the federal money.
It doesn't matter. It's not your money.
No. It's do you know?
When ulikuwa Google hizo vitu.
No, like I'm asking you. Ndio nikikuza niseme like you know say like tunasema vitu
factual.
Yeah, factual.
Acha tuangalie.
Ekeni simu chini.
Weka tu chini. Relax.
Alikuwa amegoogle before this.
I'll be honest.
Na kuanga naturally smart.
What I tell you,
I believe in
to be
TQS.
honest, nimekuwa very detached.
Don't go to TQS.
At least I know that USAID has been there
In the
for
very
60
first line.
years, and it had. Is it abolished or removed?
60 years.
60 years.
60 ni 60 when we google ni 60 ama 62. Ngoja tumalize ndio tuweze kuongea kijiji.
Okay, so like USAID has been in existence for more than 60 years actually.
Yeah.
Everywhere. USAID was established in 1961.
Wait.
Yeah, it was established in 1961 by President J.F. Kennedy. Yes, and the sole purpose. Okay,
Why?
around that 1961, ilikuwa after the Second World War. The Second World War. So like USAID was the American way of like tackling the Soviet Union through now coming out as we are nice, we are bent on helping people, blah,
We are
blah,
not
blah, blah, blah.
mean.
Yeah. USAID actually is not pronounced USAID. It is USAID. United States Agency for Development. Yes, for international development.
It's not USAID.
It's not
See,
USAID.
USAID.
Yes. Now,
USAID.
at least now you're learning something. It is USAID. International Agency for Development. So that USAID ilikuwa imetengenezwa isaidie watu in so many areas. The first area ni in healthcare. If you are keen, you'll notice that a lot of ARVs zinakuanga provided na USAID. These free malaria nets zinakuanga provided na
USAID.
TB drugs zinakuanga provided na TB drugs zinakuanga provided na
USAID.
USAID. Yes. And then also USAID iko involved na education. Like the goal was to find ways of helping developing countries which at the time were gaining independence to like now pia like were developed
speed.
Yeah, so actually it's also made to like help to eradicate poverty. Easy vitu zote like efforts to eradicate poverty in Africa and the rest of the world.
So it's basically like a crutch to help us.
It's a crutch to help us. Now USAID, the fraction of USAID that usually, the fraction of the US federal taxes that comes into USAID is like 0.6.
The fraction of US taxes that comes into USAID.
It's 0.6%.
How much of the budget?
It's 0.6%
of the budget of the federal budget.
So hiyo
budget ya mwisho ya US ilikuwa ngapi?
Hiyo in context ni kama unaona ukituma 100 unatumanga na 7 shillings. So like imagine it's that, I don't want to say it's small, but it's that fraction. Yeah. And actually 58% of US citizens wanna believe that it is like the responsibility of the US equity to saidia pia sisi. Lakini Trump
the responsibility of India to side. It is our responsibility to help ourselves.
Yes, it's not your money.
Yes, it is not our money. It is our
That
responsibility to get ourselves.
0.1%. It's not your money.
Yes.
Before we like tuangalie hivyo nataka tu niulize swali moja. Nataka niulize swali moja. Like, what do you think are going to be the implication?
Now that has been
now that
I know
They say that necessity is the mother of invention. Vile mashida zimekuja ikatupiga hivyo, hiyo aid ikatolewa, kutakuwa na some innovative ways zitakuja. Watu wataumia yes for a little while because
Buddha, let me see watu wataumia for a little while. Watu watakufa. USAID imesave around 93 million lives between 2001
ngoja
2025.
3 million. Ngoja acha nifanye hesabu kwa
93 million
But
lives.
unaona, okay, it's okay.
Since its inception
from 2021 like from 2021 to like up to date 93 million lives were saved in USAID. like USAID iko very critical kwa healthcare specifically. Sasa kama wewe ni mtu uko na ukimwi ama ni mtu unapenda tabia mbaya ama ni mtu kwa bahati mbaya like you have TB, like sasa unaona like these are people who are almost sentenced. They are sentenced to death by extension.
It's a lot of people.
But
keep in mind the infection rate of HIV has never been at a
lakini nikuulize si USAID bado ina provide hizo nini ARVs.
Sasa USAID
okay, si USAID but US inapeana hiyo madawa free.
Ilikuwa inapeana through USAID.
But si bado walisemanga watatoa. Okay, I might be wrong.
The abolition of USAID is one of
I might be wrong, but
I think I also heard something along those lines. Like walisema they're not eliminating completely all the aid. Like USAID imetoka, but they will still use other avenues. They will still use other avenues to bring aid to Africa and the developing nations. Other avenues to bring other avenues. I'm not sure which
a lot of like the contraception methods you guys use here. So
zile za red.
Diapers zilikuwa how much tena?
Ni zile za red. Zile
umeshtuka kabisa.
Unaongelea nini?
Okay, they help with like the contraceptions. So now they're not there. How much will that packet ya 1 week ya diapers tena?
Mimi sina.
Uko mtu hivi.
Nauliza wewe.
Sina mtoto lakini
but you see the effect. Okay, so in like a moral sense, it's like low-key. Najua hii ni hot take, lakini it could be low-key good because sasa you people will do the right thing for yourselves.
Yes.
But
you will act with consequence in mind.
The government will have to step up.
Ngoja nikuulize. Do you know that the most dangerous animal in the world
is a human being?
It's not a human.
Mosquito.
It's the mosquito. And do you know what the mosquito does to
kids?
To pregnant women, infant children?
Malaria.
Acha nikuulize. Unajua
huwezi
wekelea mashida zako kwa mtu mwingine. Like ni kama anakufanyia favor. But then all of a sudden niseme lakini mimi leo sikufanyia favor. Aufai kuanza kunilaumu au kunilaumu
like your entitlement.
Yes, your entitlement.
Aufai
inafaa kuwa ni actually tunafaa ku appreciate tuseme for the last
6 years mmetusaidia sana. We thank you so much for that.
So saizi actually wamekuwa na a transition. Imekuwa ni hii period tunatoa USAID. Angetoa hivyo hapo. Unajua
okay, but
waseme
si walipenda
time was given. Wakakuza wakaitoa.
Time was given.
No, but
so the government should have done something.
Not like that. Now you see the effects of USAID now will be, and we all know, our government is out here championing so much watu young kupata jobs. You know watu wangapi wamelose jobs. Acha nimalize. What would now help was if we had strategists maybe or we do but perhaps maybe haikuingiana kabisa because mimi siwezi ongana mimi siko hapo nikistrategize na wao. But if that's at the speculated time, this would be good. The way you're saying it could be good for us because now our budgets would be reprioritization. Yes.
Big word.
Karibu
we would have to reprioritize how we're allocating our funds. But look at where we're at. Do we even have them?
I have a question. Recently Kenya imepitisha finance bill, si ndio? Na before ipitisha finance bill tulikuwa tunajua that USAID inaisha, si ndio? So I'm asking a question. Sina information. Gava ilikuwa inajua obviously. So like kwa hiyo bill wali incorporate vitu zenye zitakuja sasa ku like ku substitute.
Did they do that?
I'm asking, I don't know.
Sasa unauliza
but I think kama ni side ya healthcare I think walika ndio kukushon hiyo.
Because unacheki sasa
But most of the time,
because I had you saying something Gustavo.
Unajua kuna vitu zenye
You cannot blame Trump for this.
like
Because
unakuja kwa
he was blaming Trump for this. You cannot blame Trump for this.
Ngoja. Me, I'm not blaming
No one is
anyone.
blaming anyone.
This is what we are saying is the
Itatu
consequences. Itatu affect vibaya
So
sana.
we are bad strategists and
Yes.
planners.
Sasa imagine kitu ya kwanza
When they are
kuanzia
not
maybe next year watu wa HIV watakuwa wananunua ARVs. Now let me
How expensive would that actually be? I know some medicine that they have to
wacha
like
nilete karibu 2020 the world was hit with the worst pandemic, COVID-19.
No, not the worst actually.
Oh, it wasn't okay. Sawa. But the world was hit with COVID-19. Na hiyo kitu ilikuwa inaua watu vibaya sana. Do you know that those drugs, those drugs, hizo shots, hizo vaccines za COVID-19 like zilikuwa zinakuwa provided through humanitarian aid.
Yeah.
Sasa hebu imagine if that humanitarian aid na that goodwill inatolewa sasa imagine a similar situation kama hiyo in future, what would happen, especially in Africa. Also ukumbuke that a lot of these drugs na the technology ya kudevelop maybe drugs, maybe like
it's advanced.
certain technologies
It's really advanced right now.
hizi vitu sisi hatuwezani nazo, zinafanywa from outside. So ukisema ati US imekuwa ikitufanya fiti for 60 years, for 60 years we should tunafaa tukuwe tumejipanga. That is true.
Kila siku bread and tea itakuwa provided for the next 60 years. Usifanyi kitu yani kukua mimi najitafutia. Ni kama tu mzazi wako venye
pension.
Amekupea do, amekusupport. Then wewe umekaa hapo uko 25 na unasema bado bado
huko sitoki.
Niko sawa.
Nitakaa kwa mamangu mpaka nifike.
Nasemanga ukiangalia hizi vitu. Okay, kama mtu kama Africa. But kama logically ina make sense mtu jamaa kutoa hiyo stuff. Juu akitoa Elon Musk,
mbona unasema like ni fiti kama imetolewa?
Unaona Elon Musk,
we will learn now from by force by fire.
We have to do it ourselves, like by force by fire.
But you know what will happen? I low-key feel like we will still continue to seek charity, and because people can exploit us because we are poor, somebody will come and find a way to give us charity and be like, now because I've given you charity, I low-key own half your pot now.
Unaona before you said itolewe, Elon Musk ndo alikuwa like anapush your stuff. Alisemanga
Dodge.
No, like walianza kuinvestigate your the organization, alafu wakapata there is so much corruption. Hiyo unaona hiyo unasema hiyo percent. Sasa ni kama hata nusu haifikangi mahali inafaa kufika.
No, like 43 USAID inakuanga located around 43 billion US dollars annually.
That's a lot of money.
But of that money, like the reason why hadi walikuwa nasema a lot of this money is being like wasted, it's being mismanaged, there's a lot of corruption involved hapo ndani. Actually, if you don't know, hapo ndani ndio kuna the worst form of nepotism. Like the people who are there wanaleta their family members, they do blah blah.
Hata wewe unaonanga unapata mtu kazi yake tu ako na GLE, unapata $8,000 per month, lakini ukimuuliza wewe unafanyanga nini? Hakuna. Like ni ile kukula tu do. Like kitu yenye ilikuwa hao watu walikuwa wanajam, walikuwa nasemanga hii pesa mingi. The initial purpose ya USAID ili change along the way. Like watu wakaanza kuroot. Watu wanakula hii pesa hapa katikati. So actually
USAID venye nafaa kusaidia. Inasaidia yes, but USAID as it should.
No maana wakasema wata investigate for 90 days kwanza. Walisemanga hivyo. For 90 days wataangalia USAID shida ni nini, kama kuna corruption ndio after imeingia. Then after 90 days wanapata yenyewe hapa watu tu ni kununua GLE. $10,000 doing nothing. Unadhani USAID inafaa kusaidia tu kwa healthcare peke yake. Huku una feeling tu impact.
No, like USAID.
Like una feeling kwa impact, hiyo impact unaonanga tu kwa healthcare.
Because
unaona
it's not only kwa healthcare, because they also like
if environment as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like the whole lesson was to like help raise standards for everyone to create a point of sisi wote tuko sawa.
Hiyo ndo initial purpose.
No.
Like hiyo ndo goal ya
over the 60 years that USAID has been in place.
Actualize the goal.
I feel like you guys are so out of touch with everything. If you go to northeastern side, ama hata zile refugee camps zenye ziko Dadaab na
Facts. A lot has been done.
You know how those people survive?
A lot has been done.
They depend on this aid for survival.
Lakini sasa
Without your aid,
for how long have they dependent on it for survival? For how long?
Unajua me actually me nasemanga in a way Africans to be okay, see Africans peke yake. Like kama wewe ni maskini, usijaribu kila time ukuwe a victim. Like hata tu hiyo victimhood mentality.
Siturudi colonial times.
Sasa unaona mtu bado saa hii anakuambia the problem tuko nazo saa hizi at it's because we were colonized. Nini hiyo? Like ukiwezi sema hiyo. Yani ni kukua tu victim. Uwezi kuwa victim for the rest of your life.
You're speaking with so much passion. It's not just
funny. Mimi na udikanga nikionanga.
Ni excuse.
Okay. I feel what you're saying because people are doing CSs and brain surgery before
the whites
became see
people are doing
Uganda walifanya CS na banana leaf.
Pole pause. Nataka tupate hii kitu vile iko. Rudia whatever you have just said, but pole. Nimesikia ni ati nimeshtuka. I'm still internalizing.
Tukupe dakika ngapi process?
So very advanced medical procedures have and were actually happening in Africa long before we were discovered.
Long before we were discovered.
You know, we were discovered.
I guess.
Sasa tuko huku.
Hatuko tunaishi huko by.
Walikuja wakapata
watu.
Hata kuna watu
discovered you guys.
Victoria.
And you know that the procedures now. They did a CS in Uganda with anti initangwa aje ida wenye unaendanga unapewa unakunywa siku 7 ndio upone na lazima ukunywe kila siku. Nitakumbuka. Anyway, walifanya CS na banana leaf sap na antidote.
Maybe for people who don't like understand what is CS.
KCSE.
No, see, like
upasuaji wa tumbo ndio utoe mtoto. Cesarean section.
So like those
they did that actually, and you'll be surprised. There's a place somewhere uko kwenye wanakulanga samaki sana. Walifanya brain surgery.
I think.
Alafu uje tulikuwa tumediscover what is penicillin, sort of painkiller. The types of medicine we have. We have painkillers, we have an antiviral, and that one. Do you know they found traces of that we made antibiotics in one of the mummified bodies. I don't know whether it was in Egypt or which other places to have mummies. There's another place other than Egypt. Kuna place ingine walikuwa na mummify watu wao. Walipata wakitoanisha hizo nini, walipata traces za
hiyo antibiotics hapo ndani. Sasa wasema ati hiyo ndio maana nasema hatuwezi kuwa victim. Unaona kama
na ndio hiyo point ya huyu ya necessity is the mother of invention. Because by the time that cesarean section was happening, it is because mtu aliona umtoi atadedi. So she figured if the then very intelligent and endowed midwife with extreme willpower. Figured out how to do it in Uganda.
Umesema ilikuwa Uganda. The same Uganda yenye tunajua.
No,
I'm just asking.
Utakujiwa.
Yes, the same way.
Utakujiwa.
They usually kidnap me and then they hold me against my will. So
basically, like kisi ndio walifanya brain surgery.
Yes, they did brain surgery. I don't have the details of how. But I know that they did brain surgery.
Kisi bro.
Exactly. So
that's why we are saying. That's why when he says necessity is the mother of invention, it actually makes a lot of sense because we actually had some pretty cool stuff way back when, you know, like kuna hizi treatments zenye hata mimi niliona mama akifanya like my one of like ukipata ma boils and my whatnots walikuwa na hizo mtu alikuwa anakupaka alafu suddenly you don't have
actually I think
those breakouts.
Whatever hizo vitu mzazi anafanyia
Kisha unajua huku watu like hizo madawa zetu wanazitanga sijui uchawi nini lakini sasa huko ikienda huko majuu organic unaona ikiwa majina tamu
inaitwa packaging and then hata inaweza kurudi back to Africa sell it to you
as if you can't grow it here.
It's very expensive, some of these things.
So basically, most of the time hizi vitu huwezi tegemea watu for.
Yes, you cannot.
At some point unafaa kuwa tu. Like unajua nini hapa.
So I think we have come to a consensus that it is good.
We have not come to a consensus.
Everybody
is entitled to their opinions, of course, but it is our responsibility to make you guys see the sense that humanitarian aid, we cannot replace it.
Yes, it's important.
It's important.
It cannot be
important. It's important. We have not disputed the fact that it's important.
Saying that now it needs to be withdrawn, so that now when a baby is born, the baby should be born.
One thing you're failing to mention. One thing. Anaongelea hizi vitu in one side. There's one thing you're failing to mention.
Saying that a baby should be born randomly.
You're failing to mention one thing.
What am I missing?
Unajua unasema like they're not entirely removing the humanitarian aid.
Exactly.
Ni USAID peke yake, USAID inakuwa ni yenyewe peke inatolewa. Kutakuwa na other avenues za kuleta humanitarian aid. That is what they say.
83% of that aid has been withdrawn. 83% of that aid has been withdrawn. Now, USAID alone was used to support like around 100,000, between 10,000 to 100,000 employees. Now, they proposed that the number of employees cut down
to 70%.
To 17%. I think that should account to less than 300 people now.
Wenye wanakuwa employed na
USAID.
USAID.
Yes.
Kwani itolewi tena?
You know what you're doing is selective understanding. Selective understanding. That's why when I was saying you guys want that a baby is born today and tomorrow that baby should be running and these things
so after 6 years bado ungepewa 100 years.
Okay, it's not technically our fault though. I think by the time that the systems that used to exist pre-colonialism, they had leaders, of course, but they had a lot of like strategic leaders. Like I feel like corruption is on my end was way less. You get like it was new jamii hii yenye inakuwa huko Tanzania wanafanyanga hiyo.
Ujamaa.
We had a lot of communism, so there was less of young mind whatnot, so it was easier for ndio maana like tulikuwa na inventions and stuff happening. For example, the Timbuktu mambo jambo Timbuktu
Mali.
So it was they have one of the oldest universities there. University of
Sankare. Yeah, with 700,000
okay,
manuscripts.
Like this.
No. Imagine, do you know what they did? They burnt the manuscripts. Do you know who burnt the manuscripts? Do I need to tell you who burnt the manuscripts?
No. Pipe down.
Yeah.
Breathe. Don't breathe fire.
Do
not Dracarys over here.
Go and do research for yourselves.
Yes. Dracarys over here. But that's the thing. Like way back then, we used to have systems that used to work. I'm not sure whether I feel like corruption has always been there, but I don't think maybe not in the extent that it is right now. Because unajua pesa haikuwepo. Back then utajiri ilikuwa mimi niko na watoto 15 now baby wangapi mami and that said I am rich or I have all these lands.
Unajua pia utapatanga hata corruption.
So there was very little corruption.
Corruption in existing kila mahali.
It was, but it was
okay. Hadi nowadays, modern like in the modern era bado utapata corruption kama US bado ita exist. Shida inakuwa ni the level of corruption venye mnaifanya. Sisi corruption inakuwa ni hii ni 5 billion. Moja pale jamaa wetu pale
kickbacks hapo na pale.
Nusu ya mwananchi. So the level of corruption how you are doing it ndio inakuwa shida.
So nafaa chukue 10k badala ya 500.
Bali unaona mimi nilikuwa leader. Mimi nasema nilikuwa leader.
It comes.
Na nasema isitoke yote ati tuseme ati watu waje kuiba pesa.
Isiishe yote.
Isiishe yote. Acha nikwambie venye watu wanafanya. Unaweza kuja useme kama
I think kabla wewe uongee. Ya kwanza na notes. Hot take. Hot take from men. Ndio mkue ready mkujua this might make you angry.
But then kama kuna story nilisomanga ilikuwa nasemanga after World War II si US ilijaribu ku rebuild Japan. So walikuwa wanasema project kama tumekupea project 5 billion. Project lazima imalizike. Na hiyo project pesa more than 10% isipotee. More than 10%. So mnaweza iba 10%. Sijasema mnaweza iba. Like rules sijasema mnaweza iba.
Sijasema mnaweza iba. Mnaweza iba lakini sijasema mnaweza iba.
By rules inamaanisha. By rules inamaanisha hii 10% mnaweza kuja mseme expenses ziliongezeka. Like unaweza wewe tu kuwa very wise. Ukuje useme something happened and you spend 2%, you spend 3% in it. But you usianze kuniambia more excuses after you pita 10%.
But you know like whatever
like hiyo kitu ki happens hizi ukuje useme kama Kenya. Corruption tulikuwa tukipoteza kama 2 billion.
No, it's 1 billion shillings every day.
Ilikuwa 1 billion. Time huo alikuwa anasemanga ni 2 billion.
It's 1 billion shillings.
So 1 billion. Useme 1 billion reduced to 300 million. Sasa hii 700 million iko accounted for. Hii 300 million ni sawa. By rules atijui mahali iko lakini ikipotea ni sawa for now. Utaona corruption imeanza kurudi.
Ni kama miscellaneous.
But you know what's wrong with that? And so it happened. 1 billion initially. So now we're allowing them to go away with 300 million.
But just don't tell them you are allowing them.
Let me finish. Mine will be a hot take to you.
Let me
speak. If they're telling them to take 300 million, that you're okay with not knowing where it went, fine. They agree. So then the next government comes in and they're like, see, we've been getting 300 million every time. And then maybe the more you go, your plan was to eradicate corruption. So you tell them, but you guys can steal 300 million. You can only take 200 million. You know what will happen? Greed. They will feel like they are owed, which is the typical nature of human beings. Ni kama wewe ukipata job, upate job, kama tuseme you get fortunate, you become the manager of a restaurant or something. And you have at a restaurant in Bali. Tell me how many the drugs people. Uko na job na control sana kwa business. Yeah, not drugs like the illegal ones, like the right ones, medicines. You find yourself unafanya complicity, you are accessing them. And the person who used to work under used to become mnaona venye alikuwa anachukua like 30% or whatever drugs were coming, and he made a living for himself. So you will be expecting when you get in that seat to make more or equal to. Then you're told, apana we yako ni 20%. You will get angry. And you know what anger does to humans? You will want to revenge. So you will actually go ahead of the 30% and go for the 40%. So your method will not be effective. It will be effective for a very short time. And you're only going off on people are not greedy.
Hapo point ni do. Point ni moja for a short time. For a very short time.
But you don't want a short time solution. You want something you can run with.
Unaweza kuwa.
Wait. Before even continue, nataka wewe kwanza like you give us your take on whatever you are saying before like
hata hajamaliza kuongea actually alikuwa anasema umeinterject.
Okay, acha
amalizie inamuuma sana acha amalizie.
Acha niseme alafu uzicombine pamoja.
Mimi nakusaidia au anaganga kwa against you.
Let me just nipeane my take and then
aendelee sasa.
pamoja.
Na peana hiyo take.
the first thing that is wrong with this country is having a corrupt mindset kama hii. At now we need to have budgeted corruption. Tukikanga chini kila wakati, now we are coming up with a budget maybe for example to build a road from Kisii to Nyamira. That budget should cost around maybe 500 million. But now we need to set an extra 200 million. Yes, easy. Unapatia contractors.
Na bado tunalipwa kwa hiyo 500.
Na bado wanalipwa. Kenya inafaa ifanyike, especially sisi kama the young generation. We are going to form the next government. We are going to be the next professionals na leaders kwa industry. We need to have a mindset yenye kitu ya kwanza iko na a zero tolerance for corruption.
Okay.
Ukienda pale kwa askari wa kufanyia some service wa demand ati kidogo ujifinye kidogo wapatie kitu. Unafaa kuanzia hapo useme no, we are not doing this anymore. We are trying to fix the country. Vitu kama hizi ndio tunatueleza.
Tuende kwa course.
Okay. Because we are, the reason why corruption is like such a bad thing, it's because it acts like cancer. Once it gets spreads into your system, like it spreads like
and then when you temporarily kill it as you want to do, what does cancer do? It comes back.
Alafu the appetite for corruption
can never end.
Is insatiable. Hii kitu ukishika
Unaona yangu ilikuwa tu ni opinion. Tunaweza jaribu kila kitu like kukua politically correct. Most of the time tunajaribu hiyo. Ndio maana hadi tukichagua president na tunasemanga we want somebody mwenye ako like akona integrity, akona trust, akona kila kitu. Yani kila kitu unaweka hapo, the perfect person ndio unataka hapo juu. The perfect person. But kwa reality inakuwa tofauti. The reality is different. Unakuja huko unapata like kama hizi projects zinafanyikana. Uwezi kuambia watu ati utakuwa unaiba 10%. Hii 10% inapotea. Like mimi nimetumia kitu ile happen na like ili happen walitumia US walitumia then ikawa hiyo time juu walikuwa na wanaonanga wakiachia watu useme tu umepewa $1 billion you can do the project na umalize na tutakuwa tu sawa. Kuna pesa mingi ilikuwa inapoteanga so akaona for the period being juu kila mtu hapa ni mwizi for the period being but sasa hatusemi ukose like atukwambie uende uibe hiyo 10%. Like ni kama ni excuse ya ni kama mnaenda polepole mna reduce corruption polepole.
But so tukisema long term it won't work.
Tukisema kama 10% ikipotea na ikuwe ni si ati on paper ikipotea ati tuseme kama 10% imepotea. Then watu wafanyiwe kitu. Hapana, hiyo 10% ikipotea, more than 10% haiwezi kuwa accounted for. More than 10% ama more than 6%. Yani whatever percentage ni unataka. More than hiyo ikipotea. Au watu wenye wamepoteza wanakuwa responsible. Like hii tena happen.
Ni aje?
Mnawa inasema nini?
You're only holding them accountable for 50. You're only holding them accountable for 90% of it.
Sasa for hiyo 10%.
So the 10% ikienda they go scot free. Juu amesema we will only hold you accountable. I'm telling you, listen, if you want to eradicate, I have a take based on what you have said. If you want to eradicate corruption, it seems very impossible and difficult. But you know, it starts with the mindset forming from a very young age. And then ask who are already here. Actually, not just form, but not to a level that they cannot change. We're not old dogs of ages 70 and 80. We still have room. We still have room to change. Our effective change may not be drastic as the one the kids we will have out there. But you know what? How we can do it? By normalizing contentment.
Hapo sasa umeguza pabaya.
No, but you know what I mean. Let me just explain my point. I get you. Yours is a short term. You're looking at corruption short term, but you've seen long term. It is not gonna work.
Yeah, long term.
It is not gonna work. But why do you want a short? And you know now, like you said, it's like cancer. Cancer in the body of a person, ikikushika sahi, and you come out as a survivor. it will come back. And ikikuja inakujanga kumaliza. Same to corruption. You will get out of it, remove yourself from it, and then when it comes back, it comes to take you whole, entire, leaving nothing to be left. Now, you said that it's a mentality thing, whatnot. We will mold and form the young mind because they're so malleable.
Yeah.
And as for us who are already here and having issues with our conscience, because maybe zimechafuliwa kidogo, and we have been so used to be seeing this, we start training ourselves on contentment. Am I saying money will never be enough? Not really. But I am saying, how much of you are you willing to trade and sell off for money or for an opportunity? I mean, for crying out loud, very few people can enjoy just a cup of coffee without having the thoughts of, or I don't know what can ingechukua your pesa. You need to be able to say no to free chances on opportunities and not go home and start being like, akiwalaika ningechukua, some mtu mwingine amechukua hiyo. That's how it will start. It will start with people being okay with how they are. Fine, your situation is not the best. Fine, you live in a place, ukinyesha mvua inakupata kwa nyumba. Your life is shitty, but you're valuing yourself so much more that you cannot sell off your integrity for just 200, 300. You will make do. It will be difficult because change is difficult and corruption is like a snake. You go for it right at the head. That's how you do it. You don't say, I will cut the tongue off first. No, I will remove the teeth first. You eradicate completely. And then start training yourself to be contentment. Unachopata hizi opportunities. Okay, unasema kwa ya muhimu sana. Unachopata opportunities.
These are not my opinions.
Calm down. Relax and breathe.
You will become a
leader. Corruption si kitu inawezaisha drastically. Ni kitu inataka time. Hadi mwekani watu wako na integrity ni kitu inaanza from the top. Mnaanza ku rectify the systems pole. Hii kama ni judiciary, kama ni the legislature. So like mnaanza pole. Okay, hiyo yangu ilikuwa idea. Si ati nimesema
haziko zake.
Based on something that happened. So I'm
composure.
Jumizi
endelea kuchapwa na mama zetu ni topic imeanza
we cannot.
Before this is like what I want to say. Whatever you say is very important. We eradicate completely and then we eliminate corruption from the systems. Like we do a whole system overhaul. Now, we have to like wachia hii topic hapa.
Yeah, we need to. It's a very long topic. What will do?
It's just like I feel like everyone here is very passionate about it because we've done the receiving end of it.
Kwanza sijawaambia.
I get
what we need to do.
You're looking for solutions.
This is a very important conversation. We cannot end it right now because our time is over, Saizi. So
our time is over.
Yeah, it's already over. So we'll have to continue this in another episode.
But before we do that, I also want you.
But you can.
I want you to give us like a punchline. Before you do that, I want you like to give us a punchline what your take is on corruption, and then we'll close it there. And then we will revisit because this is a topic yenye. In fact, tunaweza hata a public discussion, a public forum. We continue this discussion. Now what sasa?
We do call-ins.
Tupeleke Sayuni.
So corruption should be eradicated from the top. Kila kitu yote gonga kichwa kuwa yote maliza like a snake. Exactly what you're saying. Go for the head. Hakuna kubembeleza, hakuna maneno ya 10% nini. Achana nayo. Yes. So guys, it's a wrap.
Yes. Like that.